Family, friends, and fans gathered in the Hub City to welcome Super Bowl champion Trey Smith back home. Smith is a familiar face in Jackson.
I've known Trey obviously since he's a second grader. Had opportunity to see him grow up all the way to be a grown man, and he's a better person than he is a football player. Now that ought to tell you something right there.
Mickey Marley was Smith's football coach at the University School of Jackson before he went on to play at the University of Tennessee. Smith was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs and is now a Super Bowl champion.
Jackson did a lot for me in my development as a young man, and just trying to inspire the youth, man, and just push them in a proper right direction. That's an important thing. You know, I want to set up Jackson to be a great place because it's a great community that raised me.
Trey Smith isn't the first Jacksonian to win the Lombardi. He joins Ed Too Tall Jones, Trey Teague, and Jabari Greer as NFL players from Jackson to win the Super Bowl championship.
We might as well start calling this the City of Champions now. Just bringing hardware back to the city of Jackson and letting this city and letting this community feel like champions again is great. And I know it's a tradition that's just going to keep continuing.
Mayor Scott Conger proclaimed today Trey Day in the city of Jackson to honor the Hub City's very own champion. But life hasn't always been easy for Smith. His mom passed away at a young age, and he got blood clots in his legs while playing at the University of Tennessee.
Adversity's going to hit, man, and at the end of the day, you got to keep pushing through and keep being tough. Everything's not going to be perfect at the end of the day. You got to keep trusting the guy and work it out.
Smith and the rest of the Chiefs' offensive line allowed no sacks in the Super Bowl, and Smith made sure that everyone knew it at the parade in Kansas City.
The whole week leading up with media, it was always a question of what are we going to do as offensive line to stop them? How are we going to cope with this? How are we going to do this. Whereas, like, no one asked us, what are we going to do? You know, what are they going to do against us when we're out there?
I personally believe it's the greatest game that he's ever played, and he played his greatest game in the greatest game from a lot of different standpoints of the football technical part of it.
Although Smith spent the day celebrating in his hometown, he says he's beginning to prepare for next season, starting tomorrow. Alexander Bitterling, 39 News, Jackson.